I was browsing Target.com recently because they had a sale on toys, and of course I was checking out the Star Wars toys and seeing if there was anything that I might be interested in, and I was just flabbergasted to see this there. I was so surprised because I didn't know that this thing even existed or that it was available for purchase anywhere, and I try to keep fairly abreast of all the Jabba-related items that are going to be coming out, and this just somehow managed to be completely under my radar. So I immediately ordered a couple of these, actually. One for keeping in the box, as us fanatic collectors like to do, and one to open up and review for you, as I'm going to do right now. So, just to sum up here, we have this Jabba the Hutt Slime Lab is part of Uncle Milton's Star Wars science line. And, I always like to put the science in quotation marks there because, yeah, I mean, they do have some relation to science, some more than others, I would say. But they're basically toys with a little bit of educational, education thrown in there somewhere, maybe to make the parents feel better about what they're buying their kids. But, it's fine. I don't care. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if it was just totally a toy without any kind of scientific or educational background or anything. So, I don't mind either way. It says here on the front, if we just look real closely here, create 10 plus disgusting Jabba slime experiments. So they had me here at Jabba slime experiments, of course. But we can also look here and see that there's different types of slime, apparently, that we can create. There's mucus trail glaze, dungeon scum diamonds, which, okay, and slug drool. So that's very interesting. Now, some of you, maybe who've watched the channel for a while, or if you're a long-time Star Wars collector, you may be thinking of the Jabba Glob figure, which I have done a video about. I'll put it up here in the upper right if you want to look at it. I'll put a link at the end of the video as well. This, of course, was a toy that came out around the time of The Phantom Menace, and was essentially just a gross-out toy. You would have this little container of slime that you would put inside of him and have him ooze it out for no real reason except that it was kind of cool. So, I guess maybe this shows how attitudes have changed a little bit. We feel like it's necessary to make it educational. But, it's definitely in the same vein of toy. And we're going to come back to this Jabba Glob in a little bit, but I thought we'd take a closer look at the Slime Lab itself. We'll take a look at the back. We've got this, we'll see this obviously when you open up the package, but this sort of interesting mixing vat is what it's called. And then it's on top of a Jabba's Palace base, which is styled after Jabba's own throne. And then we've got a mixing urn. Now, I guess the idea is that you put the powder or something in here, maybe for, just for storage, and then you add it into here to mix it with water, I guess. I don't know exactly how this works, but it does look like we have several different types of powder. Sheen, glow, putty, slime bits, and nodules. How can you say no to something that comes with nodules? So yeah, let's go ahead and open this up and see, first of all, if it looks as good as it does here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the slime dipper, which is maybe the first Jabba's Palace themed spoon ever created, so I'm very excited about that. We'll go ahead and open this up and see how it looks, see how it measures up to what we see on the package. Just briefly, I thought I'd show you the inside of the package just when you open it up. We've got various parts here, a bag of the various powders and nodules and all that good stuff. We've got all these that we have to sort of assemble. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Oh, it's the spoon. All right, so take another look at what we have here on the front of the box, and then we'll compare it to what the actual Slime Lab looks like. And I'd say it's actually pretty close. If we look back here, you can see it appears that this has been painted to look more like actual metal. There's a little bit of weathering, it looks like here. Definitely a rust effect that they've applied here. Whereas if we look at the actual playset, it's all more or less one color of plastic, although it's a kind of a metallic plastic. So it's not a bad effect at all, I think. I mean, it's about what I would have expected. You certainly, you're bound for disappointment if you expect everything to look like it looks on the packaging. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. We also, as I showed you a minute ago, have all of these little goodies here that are included. We have several packets of the slime bits, which are apparently sort of the base slime. And then we have some additions we can add. Glow, putty, sheen, and then the nodules, which we mentioned earlier. The nodules are actually just little styrofoam globes, I guess you'd say, styrofoam spheres that apparently give an interesting effect if you add it to the slime. I guess we'll find out. So, the other thing I wanted to show you, though, before we get started, well, two things, actually. It comes with a set of instructions here, which first of all show you sort of how to assemble it, the things that it comes with, and it gives you a little bit of instruction for how to do things. It also has recipes for several different kinds of slime, so that's great. Just to read the little introduction it has here, it says, the Jabba the Hutt Slime Lab recreates some of the disgusting and oozing substances found inside Jabba's palace as you discover the science of slime. Wasn't aware that was an entire scientific discipline, but okay. Learn what's at the heart of chemistry, investigating different substances and experimenting to see how they interact, combine, and change when mixed together to form new substances. With each experiment, consider which ingredients are combined and write down your observations from each, such as, do the ingredients completely dissolve together when mixed or keep their original shape, color, and/or texture? How does the color and texture of the slime change when mixed with different ingredients? Do any of the ingredients react to light or being in the dark? Why are some of the slimes that you make stickier and others more solid? And of course it has a little warning here, do not eat or drink slime. Oh man. Oh well. They had a similar warning on the Jabba Glob packaging. It's always a little bit of a bummer. On the back, it's the same thing in Spanish. So the other thing it comes with, though, and I think all of the Uncle Milton sets seem to come with something similar to this, is a little handout, or, poster almost, I guess, about, well, slugs and snails mostly, things that have slime, I guess, is the idea here. It's got a little background of Jabba and Jabba's palace, and then over here, actual creatures and how they use slime, I guess. So there's your educational content right there. But back to the fun stuff here. We have this, this is the heart of the play set here. We've got your plastic bowl that goes in here. We've got another plastic bowl that is in here. And basically you're supposed to use this little spoon to add some slime and water, I guess, and mix them up. So, well, I guess we should just go ahead and do that. I'm not sure what the best way to do this is without making a complete mess, but, well, let's just go ahead and do it. All right, so we've got a little bit of a different camera angle to help you see what's going on, hopefully. So essentially you've got, as I said, the slime bits, which are the sort of base material for, I guess, all of the slime recipes that they have, or nearly all of them. You're meant to put these and also any other ingredients that you might be mixing in with it in here, and this is for dry ingredients, mix it up, and then use this as a measure to put it in here and mix up with water. So I think what we're going to do first of all is the skin slime, which is experiment number 1, and it just involves 1 spoonful of these slime bits and then 6 spoonfuls of water. So a spoonful meaning, they say it's a level spoonful, and sometimes they'll say half a spoonful or something like that, so it'd be half of it. Let's just see what this is like. I'm kind of interested to see what the powder itself is like before we add any water. Now, it looks as though you actually have to cut this open. I'm going to have to do that here. I've got my handy 3D printer flush cutters here. Hopefully that'll help. This is actually a fairly strong plastic bag. Scissors would probably have worked better, but, you know, we shall improvise. There we go. So these are resealable bags, which is nice. You don't have to use it all at once. One thing I was wondering is, you know, back in the day when you got some kind of toy like this that came with kind of consumable ingredients, they would always seem to have an address you could write to get refills of stuff, and I don't see anything about that on this. I guess you're just expected to buy another set if you you know, use up all your slime bits, and I mean, I suppose most people are not going to need more than what it comes with, but still, it would be nice to know if you could get more. So here we have the base slime bits. It just feels like a, oh, you know, a fine sand, maybe. Something along those lines. So what I'm going to do, I guess I will add some of, you know, just a couple of spoonfuls here just to have it ready. And then we're supposed to use one level spoonful, so I guess something like that, and add it to our mixing vat. I'll go ahead and close this up for now. I can see already that this is going to be quite a messy experience, but that's kind of the point, I think, right? All right, so I've got a little container with some water that we can add to the main mixing vat, and I guess you're just supposed to kind of do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I don't know if that's how accurate that is, but we'll see. So let me just take this off of here for a second so we can get a better look. Oh, I can see it's already kind of congealing. Oh, that's interesting. It looks kind of like snot. Mix this together. That is really cool, actually. That's got a cool consistency to it. So this is, as I say, the skin slime, and I can sort of see what they're talking about here because it seems to have a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a skin-like quality to it. I don't know. It's definitely a different quality than, say, the Jabba Glob slime that I've seen, or even the slime that has come with some other toys that I bought more recently. Okay, well, it's been a few minutes. I thought I'd actually dig in here. Oh my lord, and see what it feels like. Wow. It's definitely got a mucusy consistency. Wow, this is actually quite different than a lot of the slimes that I have used in the past. Here, let's see if we can get a little closer look. You can see it almost reminds me a bit of oh, you know, the slime that they have in the Alien movies, that kind of thing. It's got an unusual consistency to it, and it also has these little sort of globules in it that remind me of snot somewhat. Wow. So what I think I'm going to do is try and make 3 or 4 more recipes that make use of all of the various powders that you are given in this set, and we'll just, you know, give you a little bit of an overview that way. So first we have one made with the sheen powder, which is the fine glitter, and it does give it a bit of a sheen, a bit of a interesting effect there. It's kind of cool. And here we have some slime made with putty. That seems to be a kind of a thickener. It definitely is more gelatinous than the usual slime. Although, I mean, I guess you could just add less water to the slime too. I'm not sure, aside from that, what this actually accomplishes. Next, I tried using some glow powder, which does change the color of the slime somewhat, but a lighter green, I guess. But of course, what you really want to see is the lights turned out, so let's go ahead and do that. And it actually does glow pretty well, I'll have to say. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my camera to pick it up when I actually started sort of picking it up with my hands and playing with it. So what you get here is basically all I can show you, but it does look pretty impressive in person. Finally, I wanted to use the nodules, so I just made some regular sort of slime, I guess the standard slime, and added some of those and mixed it up. And, I'll have to say, it looks kind of like eggs of some kind, I guess, either maybe insect or frog eggs, perhaps. It's an interesting effect, actually. It probably feels interesting in your hands, too. I didn't try this one with my bare hands, but yeah, it's not bad. Now, I did say we were going to revisit the Jabba Glob figure before the end of the video, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to make some new slime, and we'll see if we can get it to work with Jabba Glob. Anyway, this is what I've got, and I'm going to try and put this in my Jabba Glob figure. Now, of course, the Jabba Glob originally... Let's put him on his throne, shall we? The Jabba Glob originally came with a sort of jar of slime, which you can see here in the package. Now, this slime, as I mentioned in the video that I made about this a while back, is totally useless now, but you do sort of need this package or this, jar to be able to make slime come out of Jabba's mouth. I'm not sure what I did with the one that I have open at the moment, and I don't want to open this nice one just for that. So I decided to use a little thing I came up with here. It's one of these capsule toy capsules from Japan that I've just put some tape over because there's holes in it. And the way it's going to work is put some slime in here, put this here so it doesn't come out, and then you can kind of just smoosh it out his mouth, and that's pretty much the way the original toy worked. I'm not gonna... I don't know if I can put it back on his body or not. Maybe I can. Yeah, I probably can. We'll give it a try. That's all we can really do. So, first of all, the hard part is probably going to be getting the slime inside Jabba's body. Let's see if we can do that. I know I'm going to have quite a cleanup after this. There you go, Jabba. Just take it all in there. May not be enough. Now that I look at it, we'll have to see. And look, this is quite stringy. So we've got it up in his body there, and put this there. And let's just try it without the body, without the rest of his body first, and see what happens. Oh, that worked better than I thought. Of course, now it's going to start coming out the bottom. That actually, I think, may be better than the original slime that came with the Jabba Glob. Look at that. Pretty nice. Here, we'll put it back on his body just for now. Get on there, you. There we are. Perfect. What more could you ask for? So yeah, I just to sum up, I think this is actually really a good product, right? Lots of fun for people who like slime. If you don't like slime, you need not apply. But for kids and immature adults like myself, lots of fun. And, I was talking about the slime packets that it comes with. I have been, doing quite a few of these, and I still have all of this here left in the original packet, and I've got, how many is this? 3 full ones left. So I think probably, realistically, most people are going to tire of the product before they run out of slime. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. This goes for right around $20, I guess. As I said, I got mine from Target. If it's still available on Target.com, I'll put a link to it in the video description. I haven't seen it elsewhere, although I haven't really tried super hard to find it because I, found it on Target. But yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and have a slimy Halloween. In case you were wondering, here's the aftermath inside Jabba Glob. It's going to be a lot of fun to try and get this out of here. Oh, God. Do you think this is what Jabba actually looks like inside?